Hello, friends. It's me, Cynthia, and Marty, and Azalea. She's off screen.
Hello.
And this is our Green Girl Studios Magic Hour Sunday edition. Hello, hello, my friends. Hello, Cynthia. Happy Easter. Yes, I forgot it was Easter today, and I went on a nice bike ride, and I was like, why is this packed? There was nobody else but me out there and Greg. We rode our bikes. It was pretty fun. We played Name That Tune on the bike, which was kind of challenging. But you know what? If it had been any other time, me like looking on my phone every few minutes to change the song would have been pretty hard. But this time it wasn't. Let me know. I have a fan going in the background, and it's in at the door, and to me it sounds loud. But let me know if you can hear it, if everything is clear, and if we need to do anything to check out the internet. So if it's fuzzy or pixelated, give us a heads up right now and we will, adjust those knobs. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Hello. Hello, my friends. Today I wanted to show some of the new things that we finished. I made some necklaces. Actually, I made the necklaces a minute ago, like I don't know when I made them. Maybe I was on the plane from Tucson. But you know what? I batch them out. I make the necklaces because it's all the fun part, stringing and knotting. And the least favorite part for me is putting the clasp on. And so I put the clasp on like I don't know how many necklaces. And I brought them to the Friday After 5 event that kicked off this past Friday, and I had never done it before, so I was a little bit. They said 6,000 people were going to show up, and you know how sometimes people are like, "Oh, there's going to be a million people," and you're like, "Yeah, of course there is," and like 12 people show up. Well, it was wall to wall people, and it was nice because it was on Lexington Avenue for a lot of years, and boy, would that pavement get hot. I just could never understand why they did that in the first place. Where it's like, why not have it in a green space? So it was on the grass, and you could put blankets and stuff down. And I set up a booth with my friend Joanne, and it was fun because if I had to do it by myself the whole time, I think I would. I don't know. I don't think I would have had as fun, but it was nice because my friends came. My friend Jamie showed up. My friend Sarah. I saw a few other folks that stopped by and kept us company in the booth. It was a good time. We had a great, made a little bit of money, and that's a good thing, 'cause sometimes it gets scary, in the world it feels kind of, iffy, especially for artists, because that's the first thing people are like, nope, we're going to cut that out. So I did not look up. Oh, I see a lot of folks have joined us. Hello, Cynthia. Oh, Cynthia says it's clear, thankfully. Man, does that always cause me anxiety. Tina says, me here, does it show? Oh, I think I passed that. Hello. Oh, Bonnie says everything looks good. Hello, Deborah. Hello, my friend Clem. Hello, hello. All right, my friends. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, let me show this. So this is one that I wear all the time because it's my favorite one. I'll just show it real quick because it's my favorite. So this is the crochet wire or thread necklace. I'll take off the one I just put the clasp on. This one has a little moon. I'm going to turn this camera around.
He looks very handsome.
He's handsome. Hmm.
Yes.
Like, let's make this so it's not like right. I don't have to like hunker over. All right, so this is the one I made from. This is probably no, it's this one. This was an older one of my first ones. Change the light on this. Wait, is that too warm? I think that's the closest to normal sunlight. Back so I can read some comments. All right, so this is one that I've worn all the time. This is a crochet and knotting necklace. I have on here some these are some little tourmaline crystals and sapphires, different sapphires. What is this? Oh, that's black opal. Let's get this light. It's so warm. All right, that's the one I made. That's an older one. This is the new one. I have a box of crystals. It's filled with these little tins, like this size, and I carry it with me when I'm going to travel. And the whole set's about like this, but it has some of the same beads. And I picked those beads because they had nice big holes. So I put this little moon clasp on there. Let's see if I can get this light to work. That'd be nice if I could get this one. See if that helps or if that's gonna do anything. All right, I'm just trying to get this light set up. No, I can't do it. There's the other way. Sometimes there's too many kind of lights and things. Now I can't turn this thing off. So you can turn this light. Oh, there, I got it. So that's one necklace. Has a rainbow shift of a ruby. Different garnets. Looks like amber. Lots of different varieties of stones in there. I got to put my hand behind it because it automatically wants to show up. The background is just a piece of cloth, so I don't know why it wants to focus so hard on that. A little bit of emeralds through there. What's this? I'm looking through the screen. That's the emerald. Oh, indigo-light tourmaline. So it's a good smorgasbord of stones. That's one. I'll put these back on. I love them for summertime. I finished this up. Check this out. This is you know what? I think of this one as kind of a hybrid between the crochet and my knotting because I'm using. Azalea, do you think it looks too yellow?
I don't know. It looks like how it looks in the room.
Is that better or worse?
Maybe go back to how it was.
All right. We're just going to have to deal with it. It's like either really yellow or really blue. It's hard to get true light. This one was made in Tucson. Not in Tucson, on the airport between here and Tucson. So one of those airports, Denver. And I used my little box. All these beads came from, and I strung them from this and just scooped it out and made piles and color shifts. And, that's my favorite technique of working. Well, plus, I don't have to carry a ton of beads. It's not real good if you're trying to make, I don't know, if you're trying to make something that you're not doing a mix. Since I have a mix, it worked fine. Or I think it worked pretty well. So I have kyanite, and I put a little star button.
Oh my goodness.
There, that was the fan that was in the window. See, I tried to do a different kind of balance. But see, I changed it. I put some of these crystals, the sapphires, along this. The metal comes in contact with the metal, so it's not too bad as far as like having the wear. If that would be the concern of putting gemstones on silver. You wouldn't want it to kind of ding the corners off your stones. But since they're here, they're not in the way of being. You see, the wear would be on this tip. Here, back that up so it's not making that flap flap sound. Thank you. You know what? I don't know what it is, but sometimes I have this sensory thing where I don't like too many sounds happening at once. This is a piece of tourmaline. Or no. It is, no, that is. kind of a cloudy piece. A little bit of a citrine going on. Moonstone. And this is that super stone. I can't remember the name of it.
Super 24.
There it is. They kind of look like, from this lighting, you can't see how shimmery it is, but there's a lot of shimmering action in there. So this one I didn't quite do. Maybe it's kind of a color shift. It's more of a subtle color shift, I think. But in this one, I'm using a lot of large and then smalls in between. So it gives it more of an airy look. Because usually I do like this, a little chunkier, just a little bit chunkier. So I think of it as a cross between my thread necklaces, yeah, see, it's like right in the middle, wouldn't you think? It's like right in the middle of that, with my style of necklaces. And you know what? You never know what's going to sell. I always think that I'm going to sell these the fastest, but then I'll end up selling those. This weekend I sold 3 necklaces, which was good. And I finished this one while I was working at the show. I had my kit and I balanced it on a stack of boxes. So here's this new button in action. Looks pretty good, huh? And I did something a little bit different. Instead of the normal way where I would just come up and do a like a straight, like come in through there, I made a loop instead. See that? So there's that, and then they're across the top. So it gives a little bit of extra detail. So this is on double strand, and on this one you can see there's opals. There are some stick pearls. You got to come up through, pull it all the way. So your loop should be the half distance of your button, so it'll come through, because all it has to do is go that much. If you do it too big, too wide, it's too easy to come undone. So when you pull it up, you should just be able to get through there pretty fast. Pretty good. And those brass beads that I got in Tucson, look how good they look on this. This is craziolite, very subtle. It's a little bit green. Labradorite, crystal. These are some sapphires. Some of that rose water with mica quartz, another pearl. Regular quartz. What are those? Labradorite. Crystal. Some of those teeny little sapphires. And added in some of the gold charlottes. They're gold plated. You know, those would be killer if they're 24 karat gold beads, wouldn't they? They would be. You could buy them in Tucson. And you know what? I did buy gold beads. I just remembered them. Where do I cut those? They're smaller than this, but it was supposed to make my thread necklaces extra fancy. So there's some. That's looks like a pink tourmaline. Sunstone, aquamarine. It's a good mix on this. So this is when I was working in the airport. The random mix, but this one has a lot more smalls, and it gives you a different look. So if you have the small beads going through and then more sporadic larger beads, it gives you a different texture. So that's probably in between the thickness of this. There. And I did one more. I did this one. Finish this up and put another rainbow. Or, I don't know why I said rainbow. Mermaid. I had a bunch of these, so I finished several necklaces off with this mermaid. It's one of my favorite. Nice and small. This has a lot of pink opal. It's showing up white on the screen, but it's kind of a luminous ballet pink. And this one is the Water Lilies kit. So I finished this one. This is not one that I finished on the plane, but I used that kit and made this necklace from it. So that looks pretty good. That kit actually made quite a bit. Don't you think, Zoe? Because this is the leftover right here.
Oh yeah, it always doesn't look like enough.
It never looks like much, but I made this. And I made, where's the other one? Here it is. I made this. This one I added a few extra beads. It's not completely. I added some of these clear. This, I added this. And some of these quartz. So it's a pretty good mix. This one, you probably can't even see it. Let me get all this stuff off the way so you get a good view of everything. And I wanted to show you, since I cut off that crystal and I put it on a different necklace. I know you're not supposed to go backward, but you know how I like to go and make things perfect. It's a sickness, really. Yeah. And I used this little thing here. It was like this. That way you can make it's not a jump ring, but it opens like a jump ring.
Oh, that new one?
Yeah. I'm being very delicate with it because I don't want to mess it up. It's pretty cool. So there was a big quartz crystal, and I cut it off because I wanted to put more of these on there. See these loops? And in the meantime, I was like, just look how good that looks like this. And I had one, like this big quartz crystal. It was like one of these. And nothing else was that size, and it bugged me, because it was like, oh, there's not a single other bead on there that's that size, which is that. And it kind of stood out to me. So I cut it off, and I haven't gotten around to putting these loops on it, but that's on the things to do list. Actually, I thought one of these would work pretty well, but then Azalea said no.
What?
She's like, that's sold,
It did sell.
so you can't use it. But anyway, look how good that would look. It doesn't exactly go, but it didn't sell because I didn't show them yet. Are these? So if you looked at our website in the last day or so, I think that was actually going on 2 days, Azalea, of running an ad on Pinterest and the website being down. There was like a server problem, a registration domain thing. It happens every 10 years.
Oh, really?
Every 10 years you've got to register your domain name. And so that type came up, and the credit card that we had it on, the number already changed on it, the expiration date. So Greg caught it, and by caught it, we told him that it was messed up. So he was like, oh, we fixed it. So that happened this morning.
I had no idea you were to do that.
Yeah, well, you have to register if you're wondering, you have a website, you've got to register the domain and pay for it. You've probably seen websites where their payment lapsed, and it's like, this site is available for purchase. That's what that is. So we made some of these. These should be on. We're going to put these on the site. When are we going to put these on the site, little daughter?
I don't know. I don't guess.
Well, they're done. But this is Shibu Ichi. This is a sterling and copper alloy that we mix, and it's the sticks. But aren't they cool in that color? They turn this kind of a burgundy color. Let's see. So the high points are kind of a rosy, silvery color, kind of a pinkish. Like this is how it looks. This Shibu Ichi turtle that I made a long time ago. Isn't that cute? He has bronze fixins, a bronze body, and a Shibu Ichi shell. And you know what? I never wear this. I should. Let's see what it says when I made that. I can't even read it. Looks like it says 2011. But anyway. Yeah, that should illustrate the color. See, it's kind of a burgundy, and you get this color by heating it. You heat the metal, and then you buff it, and you get that rosy patina. So that's how these were made. Let me see what I have here. We're going to put these on the website a little later. I think this one's kind of like a dragon foot, but it's I don't know what kind of bud this was off of. Some kind of tree. There were a bunch of fallen trees, after Helene, there was like a million fallen trees. And on my path on the mountains to see where they cleared it, and they made a big pile. There were a bunch of sticks, and they had these lovely. They're so textural, so I clipped them off. Some of these, though, I think this one, Joanna and I, we were at the built and we're walking around down like towards the creek area. It's like kind of like a little wild looking. It's not as maintained like the gardens next to the house. So there were some sticks that had fallen, and Joanne was like, "Let's put them in this." She had this little eyeglass case, and so we loaded it up with these, and that's what we did. We put some bales on them, and kind of cleaned them up, and then made these. So these will be ready soon. So that's something that is pretty exciting to happen. And I want to make jewelry, so I have another market with the season. We have more shows come up. So we did Friday After 5 a few days ago. And it feels like, man, I tell you, I feel like I'm thunderstruck from hauling that tent and just all of the activity. It's kind of a lot of work. I don't know if anyone else has put up like an art tent, but it's actually a lot. And my tent is kind of a lightweight one, so I don't know. I was like, why does it take me so long to recover? Just because it does. That's how it is. So this kit has some earring wires. Maybe we'll use these. It has another one of these. Maybe I'll pull that one off. All right. Let's see. What are we making today, friends?
Got a late start.
I don't think I got a late start. I'm here exactly on time.
Well.
Oh, you mean like
no?
I had this ready. I knew I was going to work with this. It's just like Sam's beads. When we go on there, Rachel's like, "Okay, begin." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I grab some soft flex and I make something really fast. So maybe I'll do the same thing. We'll see what happens. We'll make something. Maybe I'll make earrings. When in doubt, make earrings because the earrings are already right there. So let's see. What I miss is when we were doing our the giveaway really got people to show up for this. I feel like as I saw that. Did you guys hear that sigh? That audible, long suffering. Oh, that was Azalea.
I didn't make that sound. It was a regular sigh.
It was a regular sigh. It sounded like a big, deep, heartfelt.
Yeah.
Because she gets tired of me talking about it. I said people like it.
I don't know what to do about it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. The way it was before, where I had to go and start 2 hours before the stream to go and write questions.
Yes. For giveaway. Remember that?
Freaking puzzle games that we freaking put on, bro.
That was good times.
Yeah, but you didn't have to do it. It was me having to write the questions.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Every time. Every time. She doesn't do it.
So I'm going to make some of these. Let's scooch this over. Let me put some of these in here. These gold beads. I like a mixed metal. Maybe I'll make these asymmetrical. What do you think about that? Do you like that story?
I like a dangly earring.
Yeah, you do. Let's see. Maybe we'll do this at the top. I don't know how other people make earrings, but usually I do the pile method, which is what I'm doing now, which is take pinches of things and put them together. So this is this kit we sold during the GBE. We're going to use this a few times to give you ideas if you've already gotten it. I don't think there's any more of it, but we're just showing it because, I said I would. So here we are. I was like, hey, we're going to use that in the live. So. I really like the side of these aluminum trays. You see they're like baker's trays. And I saw one at, we were getting sandwiches. Where were we getting sandwiches that were so good? Oh, you weren't with me. I got a chicken sandwich at this place. And there was a huge long line. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to wait. And Joanne's like, trust me, they're delicious. And so I was like, okay, fine. Usually I won't wait. I'm not, if there's a line, I'm like, all right, I'll just go eat some crackers in the car.
Some crackers.
I am not the waiting type. I don't care how good it is. I'll wait till it's about when the time, I'll find out when it's going to be, but there's no line, and then I'll come back. Hey, you know what would be good? I know what would be good. Chain. Where's some chain? Find some chain because that's another way. I like to do a core chain. This is probably a popular one. So I'll either, yeah, let's do that. Oh, I'm not even working in the frame. What the heck? Get in there. All right, honey, can you grab me some? Oh no, maybe it's here. Oh, look at this. This would be cool. Maybe I can cut some of that up and put that in there. The only thing when you use chain that's like this is that sometimes the holes are very small. It looks like this has a pretty good size to get through. And sometimes they won't lay correctly, like the wire can be too thick and it sticks out at an angle. So I'm not going to use this one, even though I like it, maybe for the end of it. But what works the best for this project is chain like this. This works the best. Stuff like this. And I buy it, what's this say? This is old pricing. 4 feet at $5.50 a foot. That's cheap price when silver was at a good price. So I like to use this. I'll get it whenever I'm at a show and I see a chain dealer with chain that I like and I'm willing to wait in the line. Is this. I get some of this and I use it for earrings. I don't usually make this for necklaces because I just go buy the ready-made necklaces, you know? This is good for when you have like a mix. And you can make a million pairs of earrings with this like that. See how many are in there. So what I like to do is just visualize. So I want to make it where I can build onto it. It's kind of like an embroidery project where you can keep building and building and building. Yes, that's. Would you say that's a good analogy, Peg? An embroidery project?
You're
going to embroider the beads onto this chain. You can even do this. This is another one that I like to do. Is fold it here like that and then hook it like this and it makes it look more full. But this, I think I want length. So I'm going to get that on the end. Boy, howdy, is it warm in the studio today, my friends? It is warm. And we turned off all the lights except for the most necessary ones. So I don't know if I want to put these as shoulder dusters. Like the longer it gets, the more, it gets more crazy. If you have babies, that doesn't work because they will grab them and pull. I think I like about 2 inches. That's pretty good. So I'm going to trim that. It gives me a kind of the visualization here. So at this point, you can make a choice. I have mixed materials here. I have the brass, I have silver. So I can, at this point, use whatever color I want for the head pins to put the chain on, to add the beads to the chain, I mean. So did everybody have a good Easter holiday? Everybody have fun Easter or ish? What is that called? If you're just celebrating the springtime?
The spring equinox.
Yeah, the spring equinox. Springtime. Asheville in the spring. Okay, these aren't exactly perfect. I think by a link. Yeah, I could trim that, but I do hate to have random little pieces of chain hanging out, so I just leave it. Nobody's going to measure it. Artie's such a good cat. He's just hanging with me.
He's chilling.
He's just hanging out.
He's large.
Yeah, you can see I have all these little bags of chain that my chain collection. I need to go through there. And this is another favorite. I love this stuff. This is called drawn cable. I don't know why I bought this itty bitty miniature chain, getting so wild. Right. Head pins. You know, hey babe, can you find me that box of head pins? I took it out earlier. It's over there. That area. Thank you. Oh, so these are coming soon while she's getting that in the box, in like down here.
There's a box that
okay,
was
you can.
There was I know it's in like a black box, but I don't see it around here.
If that's the case, I have.
That's all chain and wire. It's not headphones. This is all chain. You want chain from here?
I don't want chain. I want head pins.
Yeah.
I have plenty of chain. So this is 26 gauge, half hard roll wire. So I can use this too if I don't have head pins, but I would rather have a head pin.
I don't know where your head pins are.
I have a whole box of them.
Yeah, but I don't know where it is. If you know where it is, then I can stand there and, here we go. Not at all in the spot you said. At all. Here you go.
You could pick from silver ones, bronze. I think that's bronze. Let's do some bronze. Maybe I have some really small bronze. I have different thicknesses. These are nice and small. And I'm just going to look at them and see what that looks like. Looks pretty good. And here's one way that I like to do it. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to get them ready on the pin. I tell you, it is warm.
Yeah, it is.
Very warm. And it makes it hard to concentrate. I don't know, do I like that? So a lot of times when I'm making jewelry, there's a lot of experimentation going. I know a lot of friends that make jewelry and they make them for markets to sell. They don't mess around like I do. They make them in batches and they finish it. They're not sitting there agonizing like how I'm like, does this look good? They're getting it done. That actually looks pretty good. So what I like to do is visualize first. Like get a few of these going, get some of these pins lined up. And once I've made one, it's not necessarily the same exact thing, but it'll be it's similar. And I don't want to use, I'm trying to save the short ones for when I need them for these little small beads, because I don't need the big ones or the long posts for really small beads. Aren't those so cute? These little hearts, I think they're so adorable. How did they ever do all that? It's like magic. So these have a little bit longer posts, like an inch and a half. I love these. That rose water, that's like it's funny how there'll be certain beads or certain stones that you will never even hear about. You'll never even hear about. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I have to have it I've never seen it before, but now that it's on my radar, I'm always looking for it. And it's that stone. It's that rose quartz with little bitty flecks of mica, and this one has iron oxide. If you can see it, they're like red glints. If they're red, that's an iron oxide. If it's gold, then that's like gold rutilated quartz. This has like a silvery gray. That's the mica. When it's black, then it's black tourmaline. So these stones can grow inside another stone. You've probably seen it in cases like on smoky quartz. I have a really gorgeous piece that has hessonite crystals growing on it. So I'm doing a little bit of a pattern where the largest is going up from the base, like large, 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 and then small at the top, kind of like a fruit. Now this is a good time you could put, like, it seems to me that I'm drawn to using the pinks on this side. Maybe you can do a black heart at the very bottom or right at the top. That might be cute. Or the black, I could just have that separately and go with this clear. Getting sidetracked. Azalea was like, I don't know if people are going to like the pink and black together. How do you guys feel about it? Do you
I
guys
like pink
it?
and black. I just didn't know if anybody else would like pink and black.
I thought it was pretty. These
Y'all
little
know
black
how I feel
obsidian.
about pink and green as well.
This has kind of a, like, this look I feel like is kind of very, like a celestial, like you could do something as a celestial look. Maybe some gold in that. I've already gotten sidetracked and I've already started building another pair of earrings, like right next to the one I started. All right, there's two earrings that are happening. We'll just get one done and then I'll move on to this one. Usually what I like to do is I make one and then I'll finish the next one at a later time. Because I feel like the hard part is the design part. Reproducing it, that's not. Then you just look at it and keep going. Then you can have the TV on. You can have your Midsummer Murder Mysteries, not the movie, the mysteries, the British mystery show. Not. Maybe I can tuck in some of that black in there. That might be cute. We'll see how it works. We'll see the look. Sometimes I will do a thing, if I'm not feeling 100% confident with my designs, I'll do this number where I will make a loop and not continue the loop, just have it hanging on there just to see what it looks like. Before I even attach it, it's like, when you don't know if you like something, it's basically that. I don't know if I like it. We'll see. These bronze head pins feel like they're a lot harder to bend than the sterling. Probably because they are. I put on the last rung here. Let's look at it. I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to finish it out. So did anybody make anything special for Easter? Did anyone make a feast? Or my mom used to do a feast with ham. That was her thing. She loved making like a roasted ham, and I didn't make a feast. I was still wiped out from doing that, working that show. I don't know about anybody else, but when I do an outdoor show, it like saps my strength, and it takes me a minute to recover. But it was fun. We had a good time. A lot of our friends did it. There's a lot of big crafty people. Our friend Justin that owns Horse and Hero, that gallery downtown, he was helping the chamber. He's on the Chamber of Commerce, I think, and helped organize the event. And so it was a lot of big crafty people. Let's tidy that up. That's a little bit better. And then I like to flatten those out. That's pretty good. Okay, that kind of is like a threader. I could leave that and that'd be a threader ring. There's one. And you see the mixed metals is very subtle. I don't know if you even notice it. But I feel like it gives it a modern look. So if you're like me who wears gold and then in the same breath I'll wear silver right next to it. I like it, like a mix. It just seems to me to appeal to me. Let's see, where do I want that one? So if you want, this is a little trick with chain. If you're going to make these chain things, you want the chain. Sometimes there'll be a slight twist. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you're making something like this, like a chandelier ring. But if you're making something where it has a direction, you want to lay your chain out so that all the loops, the top loops are facing you and you have everything going the same way. You don't want a slight twist. It might be hard to miss, but if you have a twist, it won't lay right. So if it's going to be a necklace like this and you have things hanging down, there'll be one that kind of pops up all the time. The only way to fix that is to just clip it and redo it so that they all hang the right way. And if there's a little bit of a twist, see how it goes? It'll pop. Let me just demonstrate it. So if there's a twist, see it's like this, it'll have this thing where it pops up like this direction. And you can avoid that by just laying it flat. And also pinning it. You could pin it to the board if you have a board with a foam underneath it. You could pin it in place, hang everything, and then proceed to close the loops. But that can be kind of tricky. In this way, I am not going to worry about getting this on a side, except for I can see that this is going this way. And when you're doing the chandelier, if you want it to hang on a certain side, then you have to kind of pay attention to that. So this is, the direction is going, I'm going to hang this one up here. So if I have another one and I want it to hang on a different side, I'll just look at the earring and make sure that it's going on one of these, like skinny, the direction is going the same direction. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. Sometimes it's just easier to do it. So our next market, it's on Sunday from 10 to 4 in the AV Tech parking lot. It's another outdoor show, and it's called the Uncommon Market. And I've been really thinking about I've been working on my display. Because for a number of years, like 20 years, I focused on making things for bead shows, and it's kind of a different customer, I think. Even though I sell a lot of beads, people are, a lot of times they're like, well, what do you do with this? You can make a keychain, you fill a lamp full, you give them all the things you can make, and then you have examples at your table. But I'm going to make these little purse charms or backpack charms. So that's looking pretty good. Subtle, it's like I've got all this color in there, and of course I'm picking like all clears. So this is a good way to describe that. See how this is going a direction? See that? So if I want the other one, the next bead to sit opposite, I want to use the bead that the oval is facing up and not sideways, so that it would sit on the opposite side. So I'm going to pick this one. And I want it to face the same or a different direction. So I'm going to spread it out just like that. And I'm going for that one right there. And I'm going to put it on this side so it hangs on this side. Because otherwise it'll hang right in front. Because the chain has, if you put one on this side, it'll hang in the front. Just because it's on a head pin doesn't mean it's not going to change the orientation of the wire. It's going to go where the direction that you hang it. Of course. Okay, so not that one. Okay. See what I mean? I think the mixed metals on this look pretty good. I'm happy with this, how it's looking. What's everybody been doing lately? People been crafting, or they've been going out into the world, emerging from the winter and doing spring things like hiking and biking and being outside.
I'm making tights for my doll.
What doll?
My big Raven King.
Oh, Raven King getting some.
I'm making tights for him because he's been wearing these Regency crop pants for like a year with no socks, so his knees are just out. And I know if I made socks, they would slide down, so I'm making tights to go underneath his clothes.
Trying to show, I'm trying to demonstrate how these are going like grapes. Like there's one on this side and one on that side. You can't really see it. I'm trying to show it. But that's from paying attention to the orientation of the chain. Like if you put it on the open side, open oval up, and not like when it's laying like this, it's laying like this. Do I want a star in there? Maybe I put this guy. Some of those shorties. Yeah, it's quiet. I see the comments are very quiet today. Y'all are it's in observing mode. It is a chill day. I had a really good, easy day today. I'm still recovering. It always takes me like 3 days to recover from an outdoor show. So by the time I recover, I'll be ready for the next one. Well, Zelia and Max and Greg, they went to Ohio during the week. And that's why we did not have our normal live, because we could not figure out how to do Zoom with me not having the laptop.
It was a problem with Zoom itself because I googled how to do it, and they were like, "Oh, it's just this one little setting, this little lever in your Zoom account settings." I was like, "Okay." So I went to it; it wasn't there. The one setting that says, "Oh, allow live stream from my videos or live stream from my meetings," and I couldn't find that setting anywhere. And I was looking at it for like 2 hours before I finally was like, "Oh my God, we have half an hour before we have to go on," and I didn't figure this out. So that's why
we were not able to do the stream from the Zoom.
I might be able to find out in the future, but I googled it several different times and was not lucky. So maybe there's a different way. It's a good thing we're not paying for Zoom because otherwise I would be salty.
Mm-hmm. Doing pretty good. It's actually a little longer than I usually wear them. So if that's the case, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that, I could take this off and half it up and put it like right here. So then it's like this, and it's a little less, long. The one reason I don't wear really super long earrings is because it gets caught in my hair.
I'll wear the earrings, Nate.
Yeah, they'll be hung up in my braid. We are expecting to get a shipment from our friend Ann Gardan soon, and we're going to pair it with those cast sticks I was just talking about. I want to change this because I can see already that I don't want it to be long. Or as long as it is, I'm going to change. I could cut it right here, but I don't know if I'm going to cut it. Could make it where it's like this instead, and we'll see. Does it make it look too crowded? Sometimes it looks crowded, sometimes not. I don't know, I can't tell if it looks crowded or not. It looks a little crowded, so I'm going to cut that off. And not to worry because I save all the clips. If you melt them down.
I'm glad that it's staying light later.
You know me too. It's real nice. I don't like it when it's dark. I think I could probably live in one of those places like in Alaska where it doesn't get dark. I think that would be no problem for me. I like to listen to audiobooks that take place in Alaska. I listen to the Kate Shugak mysteries. They're pretty good. Actually, that little piece that I just chopped off, that would make a nice short earring. What do I do with it? It's in here somewhere.
I think those look good. I want to wear that juicy.
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
You know what else is juicy?
That cat. Well, make him mad is all, y'all.
He is mad. He's already mad because we started the stream and didn't give him any looking at.
Oh, he likes the chewer. Usually I give him some of the chewer. And
He's salty.
He was filled with expectation.
He's ready now.
Yeah, he is ready now. I'm going to put this big one here. Although I kind of like it the way it is. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, from that little piece. So that's like 5 links. I could make an earring with that. Easy. Put it over here. Save it for later. Oh, I didn't use this. That only has 4. I don't know about y'all, but I, for some reason, can never just leave it at 4 or like 6. It needs to be an odd number. Not sure why. It just seems more appealing to me that way. On this, I'm giving them kind of big loops. You could do small ones, but I feel like the big one, you can see where I did a little itty bitty loop. It's only okay. I feel like the bigger ones have more. They just look like they have, it looks like it matches the chain a little bit better. While the kids were gone, I had a staycation, and I looked after Marty and took like a million pictures of him, as per usual. And I cleaned the house a lot. What else did I do? I put whatever I wanted on the TV, so that was kind of nice. All day long. It was, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to put the fireplace. Or I like to watch those cleaning videos where they show someone that has a lot of stuff and they clean it up. And I love that before and after, that at the end where they show the mess and then they show how they cleaned it.
I know you like that.
I know, I love it. I used to like that show Hoarders a lot, but it kind of made me, it was like kind of intense, like they're going to get to the bottom of it. Why do you keep all this stuff? And it's like, because obviously they like having stuff, duh. It's like me. Mom, you want to get rid of your stuff, you might need it.
You might need it. Order mentality.
Well, with art supplies, I feel it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You literally could use it. As an
I
artist,
help you use it.
yeah, see? They don't get it.
Well, it's not like, I mean, some people hoard trash and cardboard boxes from 10 years ago.
Yeah, but if you're an artist, that's a paper craft. I can see the use. Like, I know this gal that makes castles out of cardboard boxes. So she's actually making stuff with it.
That's good.
Yeah, there's this whole thing. It was kind of annoying to me when that whole thing was like, if you don't love it, get rid of it. It's like, do we have to? No, I don't think we do. Let's just everyone have their ideal of what is good for them. Why do we have to all match? I'll put another pink one in there. And what I'm doing as I'm turning it is I'm looking for the side that it goes on so that it will hang on either side. It needs more smalls at the top. That looks pretty good. They kind of remind me of grape clusters or some kind of fruit. Hey, if y'all are not doing anything, if you would hit the like and share button, I would be most appreciative. Can get people to find our channel, our YouTube channel. I don't know how many likes or how many subscribers we have. I know people just say like and share, like and subscribe and all that. But it really does help to, keep a channel going.
And it's free.
And it's free. Yeah, if I can, get more happening with this, I don't have to do as many outdoor shows or any show or very many shows. So that's my motivation because I like doing this. This is fun. I mean, I like doing outdoor shows, but not as much as I like being able to do this and just set up in my studio.
Yeah, it's pretty luxurious, isn't it?
It's pretty nice. It's just got tangled up. In a matter of moments, I managed to tangle that up.
It feels weird that I have anything playing.
Well, you could always, this thing, look at what happened here. It's like, how did that even happen? There, that's it. Now, back to normal. This bead went through this hole and stuck on there. That's why that didn't work for a second. So that's kind of like a fruit cluster earring. Let's leave that one there for now. Looks pretty good. Let's make one in black. Let's see how that looks. So this one I went monochromatic and just went pink and clear. Let's see. Oh, well, I will go very quickly and do one in black just so I can use these, because I haven't used them at all. And I want to use this black heart. We were playing Name That Tune, and it was a song came on, and it was Joan Jett and if I couldn't get those guys to say this word right here, black heart, and the black hearts, they didn't get it.
They were playing Name That Tune on the way to Ohio. And that was fun because Dad had me playing a bunch of 70s stuff that I didn't even know. And he's like, "We want some 70s yacht rock." I was like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did for a good piece of the day.
Yeah, well, it makes the time go a little bit faster, and it doesn't seem like it takes forever.
Yeah.
Let's
On
see.
the way home, we watched The Godfather,
I don't know
which
if I
I've never
like that.
seen.
No, I don't believe I do. You know, I don't like violence, and I guess I'm sensitive. I don't like to watch things that people getting hurt in shows. Although I have an exception for that show, Reacher. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but I like that show. Seeing that dude kick doors in is pretty satisfying. Like, what would that be like to be able to do that? Like to kick a door and it comes down. Should I make this one really long? You want a really long hair, daughter?
I'd like it if it would be like the same length as the other side.
All right. My peeps, you guys are quiet today. Very quiet. Usually it's pretty exciting with lots of comments. This time it's very quiet. I was feeling a little self-conscious.
Maybe people have it on the TV while they're hanging out with their family for Easter.
You know, that could be true. Could be. I was like, why is that one bendy? That's the one with the cut in it. That's why that one's bendy. I'm going to end that one with that. We managed to find, aren't these coins cute? It's a perfect mix. All right, so just a reminder, what else is happening? Do we have anything TGBE going? No, we don't have that going. We just finished, and that was really good times. We loaded up the store and had a sale.
Because I found some stock I want to put on, so we're going to do that.
When are you doing that? Are you doing that
I'm not
this
sure
week?
when I'm going to do it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, when we do, anytime we're doing like, we do studio cleaning, I find a bunch of stuff that I forgot that I have, which is one of my favorite things to happen. So I got a lot of stuff. We're not minimalist up in here. I mean, you guys probably guessed that. I don't know, maybe you guessed, I don't know. From the way I'm always talking about cleaning my studio. But, oh, you know what happened the other day? I'll tell you what happened. I drove to Hendersonville with my friends, Jamie and Joanne, and we got bolts of fabric for $2 a bolt. And they're dead stock fabrics. Dead stock fabrics means they don't make them anymore. And this gal that had been collecting designer fabrics for like 50 years was retiring and selling her collection. And at first we got the bolts for $10, which we were like, they were $10 a bolt. That was a few weeks ago. And then even more stuff came out of their storage unit. And so then there was still so much of it that they had it at $2. And I was so happy because I found some of the most beautiful fabrics you've ever seen. And many of them in silks. So that was super delightful. I couldn't even believe how happy I was. Could hardly even close the car door. That's how happy I was.
I was like, dang.
Yeah. I mean, not all of it was from me. Joanne got some, and Jamie got a few bolts. And it was good. It was a good time. I almost closed that without even putting it on there. See, you get too comfortable, you start chit-chatting.
Baby's crying. You know what it could be? You know, you might have. Oh, there were more comments. You just had to scroll down.
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys. I thought there. Okay. Starting at the very beginning, we have lots of people saying hello, saying that it's clear. Then we have hello, Cynthia and Azalea. Happy Easter. Bonnie says, I love the necklace you're wearing.
Oh man, I missed.
I know. No wonder it's been so quiet this whole time. We didn't even like. Usually, it keeps us up with the comments.
No,
like it'll fly in at the bottom and it'll show us the newest one.
Oh,
but for some reason, it looks like this. Hi, ladies. Late today. You're not missing much because we've just been sitting real quiet. Like that necklace is wonderful. Love the gem mix with beads. Thank you. All of them are pretty. I received my water lily kit. Now I have ideas. That's good. Lots of people saying hello and happy Easter.
Man, sorry.
I know. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
I was like, man, I never seen it so quiet before.
What a beautiful turtle.
Oh.
Wendy's here. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Losing track of time today. Carolyn asked, do you cast the actual stick bud finds?
Yes, I do cast them. People were probably like,
why is she not saying anything? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I did not look up, and I did not see any comments coming up.
Like, wow, there's no comments.
Then when I walked past the computer just now, I saw that the slider bar was at the top of the screen instead of at the bottom. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. I guess it just didn't load in at the bottom.
What's Wendy saying?
We can party like rock stars, but not recover like them.
Yeah, not the truth.
Cecilia says,
"Yeah, I don't know if by party like a rock star, you mean like get all of our beverages, like our tea, coffee, and ice cold drink,
and then sit down,
craft.
Yeah,
and then y'all are welcome to party like rock stars with us."
That's the rock star partying in question. Cecilia says, Azalea, thank you for getting my items to me so fast. Love you and your mom. You're welcome, Cecilia. Thank you for showing up for us. Wendy says, good Lord, you should see what I'm making, and the chain is so similar using my new opals. That's awesome. Everybody, we got a couple people talking about their opals. Yeah. I'm speeding through the comments right now because we're behind an hour. Oh, Lord. Okay.
I wondered. I was like, how come there's nobody saying anything? The last comment that I saw was Clem saying, hello, friends.
Yeah, and that was in like the first 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
Clem said, pink with black is très chic, very Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Pink and black are classic. Reminds me of the pink ladies from the Grease movie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Just got back from my sister's. Ham, mashed potatoes, homemade applesauce, corn rolls, and various desserts. Yummy. Hello, gals. Happy Easter. That does sound good. We had a good dinner, though.
Max and I made apple sausages with kale, and I know it sounds really healthy, but the slaw was not. It was like an avocado slaw that I made, and then mashed potatoes. It was kind of a feast. Like a healthy feast.
Let's see. Bonnie says, my problem is you guys come up with these new craft ideas after I just get rid of my stash, and then I have to buy more stuff. Real. Kathy pulling up for us again with 16 people and only 8 likes. Show her some love. Thank you, Kathy. Wendy says Reacher is just plain hot too. Yeah. She doesn't just like watching the bad guys getting beat up. Let's be real.
Hey, I watch that show with the eyes of an artist.
Sure. All right. Kathy, I do see your comments. Now we're at the bottom.
Now I see it.
Anne says, hey, everyone, late to the party. The pink with that heart is adorable. Kathy, I don't think anything's wrong. I can see your comments.
It's just that we didn't see it until now.
Yeah, for some reason, our comments were not, like, usually when a new comment comes in, it pops up it like moves the whole chat up and pops up at the bottom of the screen. You know how it always looks on like Facebook and YouTube. But for some reason, ours was not showing that.
It was not updating at all.
It was updated. It just wasn't scrolled down for some reason. And usually it has a button that says show newest comments, but I guess it didn't have that today.
Yeah, that is weird, because I would agree with that. It usually does have some way that you know that a comment came in.
Yeah, but now we're here. We are caught up, and we're so back. I was wondering, I was like, is nobody saying anything the past hour? But no, people were talking the whole time. Wendy says, us, quiet?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I feel strange.
Like, no comments, nothing on the TV. What year is it, bruh? But yeah. I'm glad that you guys are here. Sorry we did not see your comments as an accident. Kathy says, is website working yet? I checked a few hours ago and it was back up.
Yeah, that's domain. That's something to do with if you don't pay the domain registry, because we had a credit card that was, because it goes every 10 years, and the credit card that it was on that we used had the number had changed on it. You know, the date, and if it has the old number, the old date, it won't show.
I want to get on the sewing machine so bad.
Azalea has been watching me. She's already done yet? Because
I just want to.
There's roll that machine.
I do want to roll my machine because it's loud and I don't want to do it while you're doing stuff. But I want to sew this piece of fabric so bad.
Well, I'm just gonna do a couple more of these. Just want to show it. That's that cat's been patient. He's been sitting here.
He's good.
Yeah, he wants.
He's mad though.
We usually give him a treat so that he's kind of trained.
Maybe he wants a bit of a treat now. Where's his green stick? Oh, you have it over there. That's the one he chose. I told him the flavors, and I held them up to him, and he put his paw on the green tube instead of the purple tube. So he made his choice. He wanted, I think it's the chicken with scallops. That's what he wanted more. With his refined palate, like Max.
Yeah, Max could be a chef.
Max? Yeah, he could be.
I don't want him to be a chef, though.
Who knows
what
what
he's
going to do. He's got a lot of things he likes to do.
I would like for him to be in... I'm like, it would be wonderful if he were an electrician, because then he could rewire my studio so that I could have air conditioning up here. That's my dream. And it doesn't have to be so hot.
Cat is loud and clear. He hungry. he hungry for real.
He is not hungry, y'all. He just wants a snack. I tell you, I feed this cat.
Nobody's doubting that you feed him. He doesn't look like he's going hungry, but he just because he's thick doesn't mean he's not going to be hungry now for a snack. He's been waiting, and it's hot up here. I'm going to give him a little bit because he's sweet and handsome. Let me pull this thing off. Oh, here you go. March, are you ready? He stood up. He stood to attention. Eyes are black. People probably want to see him. We can show it again.
Okay. All right, so this is what I have. Cecilia says, when will the branches be listed?
The Shibu branches?
These.
Yeah, the Shibu branches. I don't know yet. I just got those. I don't know how long they've been sitting there, but
we made them a little bit ago. Let me put these. All right. I think.
All right. How about we?
What do you think, Azalea? Does it look good?
How about we flip the camera now, and while you feed Marty the treat, I can show how the earrings look and put them on.
Perfect. Okay, let me clean up my station.
You don't have to clean it up yet. Let's go and show this first.
No, I want to scoop.
You don't have to do that right now. Let's do this instead.
Like to do the
We're
scoop.
We're
hold on,
splitting
it. Azalea. I'll scoop it. Do we have any of these in stock, or is this gone?
I'm not sure.
You want to tell people what it is?
That is the Cotton Candy Skies. I believe I called that.
So this is black onyx, or black obsidian, I mean. There is rhodochrosite, pink tourmaline. This is the pink tourmaline. The stars are rhodochrosite. I think there might be one or two of this. It comes with earrings and sterling earring wires. There's 2 of them. Then some of these. What do you call those?
Spacers?
Oh, brass spacers and that opening thing. I don't know where it is.
Can I flip it now?
Okay, get ready to put this on. Put the choose your own adventure.
You look stunned by your own self. My fingers smell like hot dog.
What in the heck? Here, put those on. Ooh, Anne's cap ship tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, it snowed where Kathy. Kathy, where are you that it snowed? This cat. He acts like look how he pulls on it.
He's handsome.
Chicken recipe. If you tear up the, Marty, if you tear up the,
Gotta block him with your hand. He is large. I like the earrings, Mom. Thank you.
there are 2 different colors. So you have a choice of doing either pink and black or pink with black. What do you think? Your hair is covering it. Get in there and show it. Go
I can't
show
get
it.
how. Yo.
So pink side and the black still needs extra.
Don't look at my cat hair covered shirt. I was hugging him.
Why are you biting in the middle? You bite in the
He
middle,
wants
it'll
it
go
now.
everywhere. You bite in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are at.
Oh, Wendy's
1
finally
hour
got an
16.
Appetizers. Perfect. Oh,
Finally
New
got
York. Kathy's in
appetizers.
New York where they get snow one day and heat the next. I'm glad we didn't have snow because I can't deal with snow. All right. Okay, my friends.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, my friends. We will be listing these very soon. Very soon, Zoya. There will be eager customers that want these. So we will load those up. All right, my friends. We will see you on, what's today?
We'll
Sunday.
see you on Wednesday.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.